Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I talk about the NWSL, women's soccer, just soccer, only soccer. In this video, I'll be talking about two international friendlies that went on Friday, June 24th, 2022. The first being Germany's women's national team versus Switzerland, and the second being England's women's national team versus the Dutch women's national team. This is a different setup than how I would normally do these game reviews, and that's because I didn't plan on being able to see these matches. Paramount Plus wasn't showing them, but thankfully someone did upload the full matches to YouTube, and I was able to watch them there. So starting off with the match between Germany and Switzerland. Germany won 7-0 against Switzerland with goals from Clara Buhl, Lena Magel, Linda Dahlmann, Julie Brand, and Cindy Lohmann, with Buhl scoring 3 goals in that match. After a bad performance at the Arnold Clark Cup, a questionable performance against Portugal, and they lost to Serbia's women's team in their World Cup qualification group, a lot of people were concerned for the German women's team. Many people were doubting that Germany would be ready in time for the Euros. There was a lot that needed to be worked on when it came to defense, chemistry, communication, finishing, and possession. When it came to the Arnold Clark Cup, the thing to remember is there were a lot of missing and injured players like Jennifer Marojan and Alex Popp, and there was also a certain outbreak on the VfL Wolfsburg's women's team. The German women's team is comprised of a lot of players from either Wolfsburg or Bayern München. With so many players out, Martina Voss-Tecklenburg had to pick German players from other teams in the Frauen Bundesliga, a good number of them receiving their first call-up to the German national team. When it comes to this match against Switzerland, Germany surprisingly looked great, and I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting disjointed passes in connection, miscommunication, losing possession, bad finishing, and them having to play defensively. But no, not in this match. Germany was able to maintain possession. They controlled the pace of this match, which was awesome. They were quick to win back possession. Control in the midfield looked great. Attack looked great. Finishing still needs touching up. But I've been saying that for all the teams. Germany's defense could use some touching up too, but Kathryn Heinrich was winning those 1v1s. Marina Hegering and Frali Rauch looked great in the defense. I'm a little confused as to why Maxi Rahl was left off of the German national team roster. Like, she's a pretty solid defender, so I don't know why she got left off. I was expecting Lena Oberdorf to be in the defense because Voss-Tecklenburg and Tommy Stroot, actually more so Voss-Tecklenburg, not so much Tommy Stroot, but Voss-Tecklenburg would often use Obi as a defender, but it's good to see her back in the midfield and helping out in the attack. When it comes to the Euros, I think Clara Buhl is a player to watch, along with Lea Schuler and Julie Brand. Overall, it was a very good performance by Germany. Also want to add, the announcer said "Es ist Poppy time" when Alex Popp got subbed on, and I'm so going to borrow that. Lastly, I do feel bad. I do feel really bad for Luana Buhler, one of the Swiss players. She had a literal head-to-head collision with Lena Latvine. Lena Latvine was fine, but when Buhler went down, she had blood going down the side of her face. She was able to get cleaned up and was able to walk off with no problem, but I hope Luana Buhler is okay, and I hope she recovers soon. Head injuries like that are no joke, and players should come off because it could be something worse, especially when there's a lot of blood involved. Now let's move on to England versus the Netherlands. There were a lot of shocks and surprises in this match, but let's start off with one of the biggest. The England national team away kit. I was stunned, England fans were stunned, women's soccer fans were stunned, and the Dutch team were clearly shooketh in more ways than one, mind you. That is orange, and not just a regular orange, that is bright orange. Darwin from the Amazing World of Gumball levels of orange. If you're thinking it's no big deal, it's just an orange shirt, an orange kit, bro, The Dutch team, the team England are playing against, their team color is orange. The England team were decked out in a orange away kit and taking on a team where I think one of their nicknames is actually Orange. The Dutch players just judging England so hard in the tunnel. If you look carefully, Lynette Bernstein is just smiling in the back. Mary Earps and Leah Williamson realizing mistakes had been made by Nike. Just so many emotions and reactions in one picture. It's like a Baroque painting. Honestly, the only thing stopping England's away shirt from being Dutch is the 3 lions crest. Like, if you were to take off the crest, hand me the shirt and ask me what country do I think it represents, and I say the Netherlands, and you're like, no, it's England, I would want to know how. One England fan even said, quote, "We took their head coach, and now we're taking their shirts." That just made me laugh because it sounds like something one of my friends would say. Someone in one of my videos commented that I should get the Dutch shirt with Lauren Hemp's name. Lauren Hemp, you scored one of the best goals in this match against the Netherlands, but you remind me of a traffic cone, and I'm sorry. The socks are lit, though. Yeah, I don't know what Nike was even thinking designing that kit for England. While England's away kit was a big, bright shock, the second biggest shock was England winning 5-1 against the Netherlands with goals from Lucy Bronze, Beth Mead, Ella Toone, and Lauren Hemp. 2 goals coming from Beth Mead. Everyone was expecting the Netherlands to win, and I was expecting this match to be a really close one, but 5-1 in favor of England. No, I was not expecting that. That is awesome and promising, especially after going down by 1. Yes, the Dutch had the first goal courtesy of Lieke Martens, but Lucy Bronze tying it up 10 minutes later with that goal was awesome. Like, that ball had the right amount of curve on it to go into the goal. I don't even think she thought it was going to go in. After that, England was on the attack, and they kept it up going into the second half. I have no idea what happened to the Dutch, but, well, actually, I kind of do. The Dutch defense, even when Weigman was the head coach, had always been a weak point for the Dutch team. I thought with Mark Parsons taking over the Dutch team, he would help the defense, but England was getting through them and getting past them. England was pressing high, and the Dutch defenders were just so slow to clear, and England had no problem taking advantage of that. If your defense isn't solid or tight, a heavy attacking team like the England team is going to punish you for it. I've seen it happen so many times. As for Sari van Veenendaal, the Dutch keeper, I don't know what's going on with her. Maybe, I watched it a few times, maybe Beth Mead's first goal in the 53rd minute, she might have been able to save that. But Ella Toone's goal, she should have saved that. Like, she definitely miscalculated the bounce. But yeah, that could have been a goal that if she calculated it right, she would have been able to save that. Anyway, the Dutch team going down by 4, that just doesn't happen. It was a very surprising loss, but this was a good win and a good test for England ahead of the Euros. England's women's team could be a potential dark horse in the Euros. In this match against the Netherlands, England's attack was solid. I love the control in the midfield and attack. England's defense may need touching up, and there are some areas that could use touching up, but overall they look good. Possession, communication, and chemistry are getting better. I especially love the chemistry in England's midfield and attack, and that will continue to be beneficial. That will continue to get better in the upcoming Euros. So 2 exciting matches and great performances from England and Germany. I'm excited to see how both of these teams do this July in the Euros. Anyway, that is all I have for you guys today or tonight, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later.